have you ever stopped to consider the role of self-care in your mental health? It's a question that often gets overlooked, isn't it? We're here today to shed some light on this crucial correlation. You see, self-care isn't simply about indulgence or luxury, as many might believe. It's about prioritizing your mental well-being, a necessity that gets lost in the hustle and bustle of our fast-paced lives. So, are you ready to explore this often undervalued aspect of mental health? Let's dive into the connection between self-care and mental health. Consider the story of John, a hard-working professional who neglected his own needs for the sake of his career. John was a high achiever, always pushing himself to the brink, always reaching for the next big goal. His dedication was impressive, but there was a cost. John started feeling the strain, not just physically but mentally and emotionally as well. He was constantly tired, irritable, and felt disconnected from his own life. Despite these warning signs, John continued to put his work before his well-being until one day he couldn't ignore the toll it was taking on his mental health. He realized that he had been neglecting the most important project of all: himself. This was a turning point for John. He understood that to truly thrive, he needed to maintain a balance between his professional ambitions and personal needs. He started prioritizing self-care, which in turn helped him regain his mental health. John's story is a stark reminder of the importance of self-care in maintaining mental health. So, what does a good self-care routine look like? Well, imagine it as a sturdy three-legged stool. Each leg represents a crucial area of our health: physical, mental, and emotional. The seat is your overall well-being, supported and balanced by these three pillars. Firstly, there's physical health, the leg we're most familiar with. This encompasses regular exercise and proper nutrition. Just like a car needs fuel and maintenance to run smoothly, our bodies require the right nutrients and physical activity to function optimally. Next up, we have mental health. This involves managing stress and practicing mindfulness. Stress is like the rust that slowly eats away at our mental stability. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is like a protective coating. It helps us stay present and focused, preventing the rust from settling in. Lastly, we have emotional health, often the most overlooked leg. This involves nurturing relationships and engaging in hobbies that bring us joy. These elements act as a cushion, softening the harsh impacts of life's ups and downs and providing a sense of belonging and happiness. Now imagine if one of the legs on your stool was shorter or weaker than the others. The stool would wobble, wouldn't it? That's exactly what happens when we neglect one aspect of our self-care. So it's essential to maintain a balanced approach, paying attention to all three aspects. Remember, self-care is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's about finding what works for you. Now that we've understood the importance of self-care and mental health, what's next? It's time to take the first step towards prioritizing your self-care. It may seem challenging, yet it is simpler than you might think. Start by identifying what brings you joy and comfort. It could be a quiet walk in the park, a hot cup of tea, or even an hour of reading your favorite book. Next, dedicate a specific time each day for these activities. Consistency is key, even if it means starting with just 5 minutes a day. Remember, it's not about grand gestures, but about small, meaningful habits that contribute to your well-being. Treat this time as an appointment with yourself, an investment in your mental health. And when life gets busy, remind yourself of its importance. Don't postpone or cancel these self-care moments. They are as important as any other appointment in your schedule. As we wrap up, remember that self-care isn't selfish. It's a necessary part of maintaining good mental health, of